India's 7,500-kilometer long coastline plays an important role in maritime commerce in the Indian Ocean. The government under Prime Minister Narendra Modi approved the concept and released a National Perspective Plan in 2016 that aimed for an overall development of India's coastline and navigable waterways. More than 95% of India's trade happens through the various seaports in the country. As of now, India has about 12 major and 200 non-major ports which are in dire need of an overhaul in their infrastructure. In order to boost the operational and financial performance of the major ports in India, Project Unnati was launched by the Ministry of Shipping in 2014 that sets global benchmarks among key performance indicators. China has been regularly deploying its vessels in the Indian Ocean region in the pretext of anti-piracy deployments, deep-sea exploration, securing access to sea line of communication, or to ensure timely oil and gas supplies. China has been lending out billions to countries in South Asia as a part of the Belt and Road Initiative. It has been working on building an all-weather strategic partnership with Iran, Russia, and Pakistan. In the Indian Ocean region, there is an existent tripolar and a bipolar competition to dominate the area. The US, China, and India have different strategies of their own for the region, yet Indo-US cooperation in the region has grown in recent years. The Indian strategy until 2015 was not as well defined until Prime Minister Modi announced the Security and Growth for All in the Region, or Sagar policy. Sagar aims to cover the area stretching from the Gulf of Aden to Myanmar in the east. The Indian Ocean region is getting more complex as the European powers are also present in the region, having bases in littoral states in the Indian Ocean region. As a response to the competition emerging in the Indian Ocean region, India has been reliant on two recent developments in Indian foreign policy, the Sagar policy and Project Mausam. Through Project Mausam, India intends to challenge China's increasing influence in the region through the Maritime Silk Road. It also introduces the cultural linkages and is said to bear a psychological impact on expanding India's maritime footprint in the Indian Ocean region. Security and Growth for All in the Region, or Sagar, was announced by the Prime Minister in March 2015, which aims to provide boost for a greater blue economy. The Major Ports Authorities Act of 2016 replaced the outdated Major Port Trust Act of 1963, allowing for newer reforms such as reorienting the central ports governance model to the globally accepted landlord port model. Owing to the presence of the industrial belt in northern and western parts of the country, a majority of the ports dominated the west coast of India until recently. Today, thanks to policies such as Look East policy and China's emergence as a major trading partner with India, the ports on the east coast have improved too. As a part of the Sagarmala initiative, 574 projects worth over 6 lakh crore have been identified to be implemented. The estimated initial budget allocated for this development was over 58,000 crores. This aims to touch upon the issues revolving port modernization, port-linked industrialization, and coastal community development. These projects began in 2015 and will go on until 2035. The Adani Port and Special Economic Zone became the first Indian port operator to handle cargo movement of 200 million tons in 2018 and 2019. In August 2019, India became the first country in the world to introduce biometric seafarer identity document, which would allow the capturing of facial biometric data of the seafarers. The Government of India also allowed foreign direct investment of up to 100% under the automatic route for projects related to the construction and maintenance of ports and harbours. A 10-year tax holiday has been extended to the enterprises that are engaged in the business of developing, maintaining and operating ports and also inland waterways. In March 2019, the Indian Space Research Organisation and its French counterpart CNES signed an agreement to set up a joint maritime surveillance system in India. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the Indian government directed the all 12 major ports in the country to establish a screening system. Prime Minister Narendra Modi also announced in 2020 that the strategically important Great Nicobar Island would also get a transshipment port with an investment of up to 10,000 crore. PM Modi made an important announcement last year that India will invest up to $82 billion in port projects by 2035. This aims to raise the share of clean renewable energy sources in the maritime sector, develop waterways and boost tourism around lighthouses as part of port-led development. The Union Ministry for Ports, Shipping and Waterways prepared a blueprint called Maritime India Vision 2030 to ensure coordinated and accelerated growth of India's maritime sector in the next decade, with the objective of propelling India to the forefront of the global maritime sector. MIV 2030 identified initiatives such as developing world-class megaports, transshipment hubs, and infrastructure modernization of ports. The United States approved the proposed sale of 6 P-8I maritime patrol aircraft to India at an estimated cost of $2.42 billion. National Security Advisor Ajit Doval, while addressing the 5th NSA-level Colombo Security Conclave meeting, called for strengthening cooperation amongst maritime neighbors in the Indian Ocean region to address shared security challenges and as the first responders. On the 59th National Maritime Day this year, PM Modi highlighted in a series of tweets the importance of the maritime sector towards India's economic growth. He said, "In the last 8 years, our maritime sector has scaled new heights and contributed to boosting trade and commercial activities. The Government of India has focused on port-led development, which includes expanding port capacities and making the existing systems even more efficient." A major issue that has come up time and again is that of depth restrictions. It is because of this reason that the bigger container ships are unable to call at India's ports that are situated on the international shipping routes. Taking note of the B.K. Chaturvedi Committee recommendations that was submitted earlier in 2011, the Ministry of Shipping in 2017 decided to increase the draft to at least 14 meters. Some of the issues that the Indian government needs to address revolves around poor dredging capabilities, inefficient handling of large volumes of cargo, modernized navigation aid and IT system, second-degree backup of logistics by companies, state-of-the-art equipment and expertise. Maintenance of ports is also another major issue that needs attention. Intermodal transport via rail, road or air connectivity has to be pushed in order to complement the infrastructure. This will ensure that the goods are reaching the ports in a timely manner. The biggest issue Indian maritime sector has been facing since independence is that of underinvestment. Assessing in terms of maritime capabilities, India has been doing better compared to our Asian competitors. Most of these issues are set to receive a facelift as a result of the Sagarmala project, but this will be seen only over the next 2 decades.